For years, the emulation community chased the perfect way to play DS and 3DS games without awkward screen swapping on a single display. That's where the AYN Thor still stands out with its dual screen setup. Even now, nothing really replaces what it does. And the reason is simple: how AYN Thor incorporates those two proper AMOLED screens, not a workaround or an attachment. You get a full-size top and a smaller bottom AMOLED screen that actually feels like it belongs there. Colors and brightness matches, everything feels consistent. When you play DS or 3DS games here, it feels natural. And AYN Thor didn't just replicate the clamshell design of the Nintendo DS or 3DS, it modernized it. Beyond just emulation, the bottom screen acts as a multitasking hub. It runs a custom launcher where you can seamlessly tap to swap active apps, display walkthroughs, or keep an eye on the resource monitor while gaming on the top screen. Emulation and multitasking aside, performance is another big reason it still holds up. The base versions run on Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, so you're getting strong Android performance across the board. PS2 and GameCube run smoothly. Switch is playable in many cases. Even PC games through GameHub can work, especially on higher RAM models. There's also a light version with an older Snapdragon 865 chip, which is still best for old emulations. It packs a massive 6,000 mAh battery with 27-watt charging. In normal retro gaming, it easily hits 8+ hours. In absolute stress test, it still yields over 3 hours. With that battery, it weighs about 380 grams. Now there are a few drawbacks though. The glass finish on the lower half looks premium, but it's a fingerprint magnet. And because of the bottom screen, the face buttons and D-pad are pushed slightly outward, which can feel cramped for users with larger hands. Playing without a grip case can get uncomfortable during long sessions. Running both screens simultaneously also introduces a very minor performance dip compared to running the exact same chipset on a single screen device. The closest rival to the AYN Thor is the AYN Pocket DS, but it misses the mark in a few important ways. Instead of a clean clamshell design, it feels more like a small laptop, so it doesn't really capture that familiar DS or 3DS style. That also shows in the weight. The Thor sits around 380 grams, while the Pocket DS weighs 580 grams, which makes it less comfortable. The screen setup is another issue. You get an OLED on top, but a standard LCD on the bottom. That difference becomes obvious, especially in darker scenes. The Thor avoids this by using matching AMOLED panels, so everything looks consistent. Price is also a factor since AYN devices tend to sit on the higher side, while the Thor starts lower and feels easier to justify. At the end of the day, AYN Thor focuses on getting one thing right, and it does it better than anything else right now. You get a proper dual screen setup that actually feels natural, backed by strong performance and a design that makes sense for how people play these games. All that with a price that makes sense. Sure, it's not perfect, and recent price changes don't help either, but when you look at what else is out there, nothing really replaces this experience. Most options either feel like a workaround or come with bigger trade-offs. So if dual screen gaming is what you care about, the choice is still pretty simple. The AYN Thor isn't just good at it, it's still the one that gets closest to doing it right.